And we are looking at Ministry of Education, the Youth Employment Authority, as well as Ministry of Works and Housing. But this report pertains to the year 2024, where the chairperson was in government to avoid conflict of interest and also to promote transparency and accountability. I will hand over the chair for today's proceedings to the ranking member, and I know he will do a good job. So I would like to welcome you all, but I'm handing over the General's report. Thank you. Honorable, please take over.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. I think we would introduce ourselves to our guests, starting from Honorable Petu.
Good morning. My name is Honorable Desmond de Graft.
Good morning. My name is Godfred Seidu Jesao. I'm MP for Y East and a member of the committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Kofi Akunoku. I'm the Member of Parliament for Evalue Ajomojura in the Western Region and a friend of the committee.
Thank you. My name is... Good morning. My name is Simon Akebange Aworigo, MP for Navrongo Central, member of the committee.
Good morning. Alhaj Muhammad Bawa Brahma is my name. I represent the good people.
Good morning. My name is Abner Faoutu Senya West.
Shirley Che, Member of Parliament for the good people of Achuman Webe, just south, and a member of the committee.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. My name is Nano Seiji, Member of Parliament for the good people of New Jabe North.
Please, my name is Duke of Oriata, Member of Parliament, Fantekwa South, and a member of the committee.
My name is Honorable Geoffrey Kinney, a member of Parliament from Kwanta South and a member of the committee. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Frank Yaboa, MP for Achuma.
Hello, good morning. My name is Akwesi Kunedu, the representative of the people of Ministerial constituency and a member of the committee.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Enes Diawanim, Member of Parliament, Kumau, and a member of this committee.
Good morning. My name is Kwame Jijoli Gakpe, representing the good people of Sun City, Keta, and then deputy ranking for the committee.
Good morning. My name is Samuel Atamils, ranking of the committee, and I'm the MP for Comment.
Now, Osei Asare, Member of Parliament for Itiwa East, and the chairperson of this committee. This morning, I see some purported friends of the committee here. They are here to represent their ministries, but they are here saying that they are friends. We'll be gentle on you. Thank you.
Auditors, could you introduce yourself, please?
Good morning, Honorable Chair. My name is
Auditors, please hold on. I think there's one honorable member who is here too.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning. My name is Sebastian. I represent...
Good morning, Honorable Chair. My name is Michael Ado, Assistant Auditor General, Audit Service.
Abdullah, Director, Audit Service.
Okay, now may we call... I'm sorry. And clerk, may you go and swear them in, please. Minister of Youth, Development and Empowerment. Thank you very much. Sorry for messing up your ministry's name. And please swear them in.
Kindly repeat after me. I
swear by the Almighty God, touching the matter in issue, shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Introduce yourself and your team.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Yes, the rest can introduce yourself.
So good morning, honorable members. My name is...
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Regia Inamu, the Director in charge of Internal Audit at the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment. Thank you. And Empowerment. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Priska Sedinam Kekeshi.
Good morning. My name is Abubakar Sana Abdul Kudus, Deputy CEO Operations, Youth Employment Agency.
Honorable Chair, my name is Malik.
Good morning. My name is Benjamin Charles Tetefio, Director, Internal Audit, Youth Employment.
Okay, thank you very much. 2052 on economical rent payment. And Honorable Nana Oseje will take that one.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Minister, as my chairman said, the heading is on economical rent payment. And it's on paragraph 4, paragraph 2052. Review of the agency's rent agreement with Mrs. K&A Developers Limited. The facility manager and the financial records disclosed that the agency expended a total amount of 3.2 million Ghana cedis as rent for 2023. Payable had been increased from 3.2 to 5.5 million Ghana cedis for the period January to December 2024, representing 72.65% increase. The details are below. We recommended that the auditors recommended management response. Management responded that the agency was directed by the Ministry of Works and Housing, owners of the Olympic House facility developers, and paid the necessary service charges and management fees to them on behalf of the ministry. Management further stated that rent charge. CEO, my first question is, do you have any records?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before I proceed to answer your questions, I want to today, but because of the respect I had for this committee, I decided to appear before the committee and then formally seek your permission. If you indulge me, I will leave behind my chief director and then the CEO for the YEA to respond and answer to the questions. Thank you.
Minister, permission granted.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. But before I leave, I want it to be on record that the CEO and myself have a YEA, and we are working on that the YEA can move into a more permanent premises, and then we'll do away with the rent issues. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Honorable Minister,
Thank you, Madam Chair. Like I said, I will leave the CEO and my chief director behind to answer all the questions. Thank you very much.
Today, you seem to have moved from the keke to the keke.
but with her and work very well with her. Your reign as the CEO and the ministers as well will go well. Yeah.
Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The YEA has occupied our current facilities such by the Ministry of Works and Housing. And so the YEA in past times had not paid any amount in the form of rent to the Ministry of Works and Housing. Somewhere in 2023, the facility management group and the YEA sat and went into talks with them because the plan was now for the YEA, the Works and Housing. Honorable Chair, let it be notifying government agencies defaulting and paying their rents to other government agencies. So in the wisdom of the Ministry of Works and Housing, they thought that handing it over to a private manager will ensure that government agencies pay, because once you don't pay, then it means you are packing out of their facility. And so in 2023, the rent was paid. In 2024, the facility manager decided to upgrade a lot of amenities within the facility, and so it led to the astronomical rise in rent payment. We agreed with the recommendations made that the YEA should take steps in finding a permanent facility so we avoid the payment of rent. And so my minister and I had engaged, like he said, with the chief of staff. We have to spend about 4 million Ghana cedis paying rent when we could have used that amount of money to 5 point something. When we could to ensuring that we get sure that plans would begin in getting us a permanent facility to operate from. Thank you.
Honorable CEO, you came with some.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My Director of Finance was there.
So let him speak to it.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Since you were in there, let them speak to it.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think my internal auditor was part of the team who engaged with the facility manager. Unfortunately, he's here, so I would want him to give insight into that. Okay, Mr. Chair.
It's a building for government.
Yes, the building is for. We were asked to contact K&A, which is a private company, to manage the facility. So the bill is that if we are not able to pay, then we have to pack out and look for our own facility. So we're compelled to go by that since we're.
Internal auditor.
Sir, so before 2022, what was the arrangement? Who gave you that facility? If Works and Housing, and their mandate is to provide such facilities to government agencies. Now, I won't fault them in engaging a third party as facility managers. But what was the arrangement? How much were you paying to Works and Housing before 2022? And how much was the maintenance cost?
Mr. Chair, immediately I will not be able to remember the maintenance cost, but I think we can finish the committee later.
Give me a rough idea. You were in charge. You sat throughout the negotiations, so you have a fair idea of it.
Mr. Chair, with the maintenance of the facility, with the Ministry of Works and Housing, so I will not be able to give the figure immediately, but we can finish the committee later with the amount.
Well, we can understand these things, but we are here to, save the public purse. That's why we are here. You were paying for it. You cannot into 2023. You paid 3 million. 2023, 2024, you had an increment of about 76%, and you still went ahead and paid this money without raising queries to the ministry, without going back to your mother ministry, without going back to the presidency to complain. Is it because you had the money? The money was in your account, so you felt that you pay for it.
Mr. Chair, in fact, when the bill came, we went back to the ministry, and the ministry told us that they handed over the facility to K&A, so there's nothing they could do about it. And K&A was ready to eject us from the building. We didn't have any option than to pay.
Respectfully, there was no negotiations, there was nothing. just because they told you if you don't pay, we'll get you out. But put yourself in this situation. If your landlord comes to you and tells you that rent by 72.5%, would you have accepted it? 72.5% within one financial year, would you have accepted it?
No, Madam Chair, in fact, with the payment of the rent, even the facility manager, according to him, he's supposed, we have to plead with him to start a payment. So we've negotiated not even to pay the arrears.
Internal auditor.
Excuse me, honorable members. The owner of the question needs to exhaust it. Then we all come in. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman. Between you,
No, Mr. Chair, there is a written agreement.
where is it, please?
Mr. Chair, we
Summarize the terms of the agreement. The highlights.
Mr. Chair, we have Ghana AIDS Commission in the same building. We have Labour Commission. We have Ghana Olympics. But the Ghana Olympics, the land belongs to them. They don't pay the rent. Then the Youth Employment Agency. So we pay the utilities. We pay the utility bills, and then the rent goes to the service to the facility manager for the maintenance. So the facility bills.
Oh, hold on. That K.
Mr. Chair, why we don't know K&A? K&A came from the Ministry of Western Housing.
K&A came from Ministry of Developers, sir. Because listen, and next time, don't let your CEO have to Honorable Kunedu.
Chairman, thank you very much. You have an annual service charge, and you also have an annual rent. The annual service charge is in excess of 324,000 for 2023, and in 2024 that was 926 million. Rest. So what service charge are we talking about that you are paying in excess of 900,000 for?
Mr. Chair, with the service charge here, that includes the security, the maintenance of the car park, the maintenance of the lift, and all that.
And that is costing you 924,000 Ghana cedis a year.
Mr. Chair, that is the bill, please. Thank you.
And the rent becomes different from that. But the property you said is for the state.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So property. Because they are managing, that's why they are taking service charge. So why would you have to, in any way, pay rent to a facility manager who the property does not belong to, but only servicing the property in terms of maintenance and all those others? So why would you have to pay rent to that person? Did you inquire about? And you said they are facility managers.
Okay, Nancy.
Internal data.
Mr. Chair.
I think my chairman asked you a question, and you said you don't know Mrs. K&A. So you don't know them?
No, Mr. Chair, we know them, but we didn't engage them, Mr. Chair.
But you said you don't know them.
No, we know K&A. Mr. Chair, there is an agreement.
In that case, clerk, flag this. When Works and Housing gets here, they'll have to explain even further about Works and Housing or K&A.
Mr.
We also need your help in this matter. There are two issues at stake here. One is a service charge, and the other is a rent. The rent should be going to the ministry. If you could provide this committee some traces that indicate that K&A paid this rent money to the...
Thank you. Okay, so we'll flag this one and then move on to the next one. The next infraction is on paragraph 257. And Honorable Shelley Che will take care of that. I'm sorry, hold on. Dr. Giselle.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to add that they don't have the agreement the Works and Housing has with them here. But whilst you flagged it, they have time, and their office is just around the corner. What the transaction arrangement is, then we can later discharge them or otherwise.
Thank you. Honorable Sherry Che, please.
This is Act 2008 at 766, as amended, states that out of the total contributions of 18.5% and transferred to day 3 basic national occupation, our examination of salary payments, vouchers, and payroll records disclose that a total amount of 1,277,595.46 and 473,183.50 being first and second tier contributions, respectively, on salary arrears 670.06 for the period January 2024 to July 2024 were not remitted to their respective fund managers, that's SNET and GLICO. The table is below, but the auditors recommended that the Chief Executive Officer should ensure that the account remits all outstanding pension contributions of 1,750,776.96 to SNET and GLICO pension funds without further delay, to file the necessary pension deductions being first and second tiers on the arrears of the salary increments. Can the Finance Director confirm if this has been done?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I can confirm that payments have been made to, and we have receipts to show that the SNET under deductions have been paid, and then the GLICO has also been paid. We have receipts to that effect. Thank you.
Can the auditors please confirm this?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm that.
Thank you, Chair.
All right, thank you very much. Honorable Kwesi Kwenedu will take care of that.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Chairman, this has to do with under recovery or under withholding of withholds that you rented. Instead of you charging 18, you ended up 15, you ended up charging 8%, so you're under withheld. And the auditor says that you should withhold that from subsequent payments that you've made to them. Have you done that?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Exception letter from January that we are not supposed to withhold tax from his payment. So we have the letters from January to that effect. And in the case of JBL, we are still using their facility. So he has agreed that the subsequent payment that will be made to him will deduct the full complement of the previous shortage in the deduction of the withholding tax from it. Thank you. So for this, Mr. Chair.
So in that circumstances, what would happen to the first deduction that you made from them, bearing in mind that they have a withholding, a letter of exemption? What will happen to the first deductions that you made?
So we have to refund. We are in talks with them. So we will handle that, Mr.
And with the JBL, you would have to deduct the full complement of the under recovery and the current years also. You understand that?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair.
Do you have that?
Yes, we have that.
And you've shown that to the auditors?
Yes, we've shown that to the auditors.
Auditors, can you please confirm that for us?
K&A developers from paying withholding tax from GRA, and then payment.
Okay, so you have a letter. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The next infraction is on paragraph 2066, and it's on earned salaries. We have up to the tune of 161,222. What have you done about these on earned salaries?
Honorable Chair, we have since written to the affected staff to refund the money, and we are yet to hear from them. And we have decided that by close of this month,
When was this audit?
the report was issued in February.
February. And
Yes, Honorable Chair.
so now,
Honorable Chair, I said we have since written to them to refund those monies. But we are saying that we are giving ourselves out to the end of this month. If they fail to do that,
August. That's the 8th month, right? Or 7th month? I don't even know. So from February.
thank you, Honorable Chair. I think when the issue audit actually took some time, that is why the delay actually came. And also because of the transition, external auditors. And even after the payroll audit, we realized that 15 out of those who haven't received unearned salaries were even still at post. So then we had to engage them to ensure that those monies that they took during the time they were not at post, they refund all those. So, Honorable Chair, the payroll audit is what actually occasions month. We will take firm decision in recovering the money. Thank you.
Mr. Accountant, who was validating these people?
We are at the head office, and these people are mostly in the regions. So we wait to receive validations from the region. Honorable Chair, we haven't queried them, but we have taken the steps to recover the money. Unfortunately, when the report came, left office, they were not there. We were finding it difficult to locate most of them.
So, okay, Honorable Vice Chairman wants to continue.
Well, we can understand that they were in the, it's not that they had left, but they were asked to go. That could be. You indicate that still on the payroll. 15 are still on the payroll. 11 are not on your payroll, and their last pay was December 2024. The audit was done somewhere in April. Your attention was brought to this anomaly somewhere in April with your response to the auditors. Do you, by any way, suggesting to this committee, are you by any way suggesting to this committee that from April, May, June, July till December, even when they were flagged, you were still paying them?
No, Honorable Chair, they were only paid for 2 months, and their salaries were stopped until we finished the payroll audit.
You also indicate to this committee that you have written to them. How did you do that? Do you know their residents? Have you spoken to them? Do you know them? How did you communicate to them?
In the various regions, because they are there with them, the affected.
So this correspondence to the auditors to indicate that you are on track to collect these monies to the state?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
All right, so you suspended some 2-month salaries. After your investigation, have you paid the monies back to them?
Not yet. We haven't paid.
You have not done that. Auditors, can you confirm to this committee if you've seen whether or not they've been asked to?
Yes.
Can you also confirm whether the 15 people are still at post or they have left?
Honorable Chair, the 15 people are still at post.
They are still at post?
Yes.
So they draw salaries every month?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Chairman, that will be all for me.
Yeah. Honorable Kunedu.
Chairman, thank you. But from where Vice Chair ended, you talked about 15 and 14. But if you look at the management response that you gave, in addition to the first 19 persons or transactions on the list titled unearned salary, was as a result of the late submission of a memo from the Eastern Region Director of the agency, notifying the HR manager on the cessation of the salary of payment of the people involved. So it means that those individuals ought not to have received salary at all, and that a memo was delayed from the region coming there. That is why you pay them. And these are 19, confirming that they ought not to have received the salary. So if you turn around and say 15 are still at post, is at variance with the response that you gave to the auditors when they came to audit you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. This very response was given at the time the management letter was issued. 6 people whose name have appeared in it. So we did further check. So the further check revealed that out of the 26, 15 of them are still at post, and it is only 11 who have left, and we have written to them to refund the money. Thank you.
Internal auditor, what is your role in this?
Mr. Chair, we also validate the payroll.
And this then happened?
Mr. Chair, yes, it's based on a delay.
And this happened in April 2024?
Yes, Mr. Chair, April 2024.
And you haven't been able to collect the monies from these people, but the accountant is telling me that he's telling this committee that 1 month he can collect the money. Okay, since he's saying that you collect it in 1 month, then you collect it in 1 month. But if we don't get it, then you are going to pay for it. Auditors, take note, and then clerk, take note of that. Because he can use 1 month to collect something he could have used 14, 15 months to do. Thank you very much.
Honorable Chair, to actually ascertain the people who are actually left, so that when we are contacting them, it will not be fair for you to chase somebody who is still at post to come and refund money. So the payroll audit actually caused the delay.
But sir, this happened in April of 2024. We are in August of 2025.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
So you started the payroll audit in 2024, right?
We didn't start it in 2024. Honorable Chair, the reports, the validation report got to head office later. So you look at the report, we truncated the payment at a point. So they were paid for just 2 months. And later on, it was stopped when we had the full report. So when the external auditors also came and then raised these issues, we decided to do this payroll audit in this year, around March, to ascertain those who have actually left and those who are still.
Okay, so you said you collected in 1 month. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Yes. Let's move on, please. The next infraction is on paragraph 2069, and Honorable Bao will take care of that one.
The auditors, during the examination of the salary PVs, noticed that one Felix Usujima was appointed and confirmed as the Nkwanta South Municipal Chief Executive in February 2037,413 Ghana cedis for 6 months. Auditors recommended that the CEO should recover the said amount of 37,413 Ghana cedis as recoveries account. So management responded that the said Honorable Felix Usujima has been duly notified of the anomaly to request the said amount, to refund the said amount into the Auditor General's recovery account, the Auditor General.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Yes, so we have also, this very officer is still up at post because he wrote a letter of leave of absence for 9 months. And after that, he came back to office. Is it 6 months or 9 months? Yes, so he asked for leave of absence. And after that, he has come back. So we have written to him that we paid him an unearned salary.
And so this audit was done early this year. How much of the said amount have you recovered since he's now a staff? He has come back since he was on leave.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. So it is owing to the fact that we were doing the payroll audit. It is after the payroll audit that we realized he is still at post. So we have salaries have been paid to him, which he was not due for. And he has agreed that we deduct that from source. Thank you.
When are you going to complete this internal audit that you are talking about, the payroll audit? When are you going to finish it? Because everything seems to hang on the payroll audit.
Honorable Chair, the audit is concluded, but the report is at the final stage. So
you paid him on any salary.
Yes.
What is so difficult about collecting an agreement with him and collect the money?
Honorable Chair, we have done that. So we will start the deduction this month ending.
Do you have an agreement with him?
Yes.
Do the auditors have a copy of it?
Yes, we have a written letter to that effect.
Auditors, could you confirm, please?
Honorable Chair, we cited a letter written to Mr. Felix Jima to indicating the fact that they will be deducting from the Controller and Accountant General henceforth. So that is what we have. But actually, the money was paid into his account, and he was not supposed to earn the salary. So he's supposed to actually pay back and return the money, but they have reached that agreement with him to deduct from source. So that is the situation.
How long is it going to take him to pay this amount?
We are taking 40% every month. So within a space of 3 to 4 months, we should be able to finish the deduction.
Chairman, what baffles me is that the man was appointed a DCE and was taking a DCE salary. After leaving office, what I know is that when their appointments were terminated, they were paid 3 months' salary. And so the man has the money. Why is he going to pay this money with interest or what? Because the man has got the money, he should pay back. I don't get that this money should not be deducted. You be paying by installment. I don't understand.
Honorable Chair, your advice in using alternative means of recovering the money has been duly noted, and I can assure the Venerable Committee.
To what the CEO just said, this is a former DC. You can equally tie it to his ex gratia, and you take it as source. He cannot run away from this. But Mr. Felix, you are an honorable person. You served as District Chief Executive before. Don't run away from these things. It's not good for your image.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the further alternative means of recovery, and we have duly noted it. Thank you.
Honorable Jasso.
Mr. Chair, the auditors also recommend that the amount should be recovered with interest. So, auditors, the letter that you cited, did it calculate this interest in addition? If not, then whatever the CEO is promising to do, I think that you should take note of the request, in fact, the requirement of interest being paid in addition and act accordingly.
Thank you.
All right. The next infraction is unearned allowance, paragraph 2077, and Honorable Frankie Abua will take care of that.
Thank you, Chairman. The infraction is on paragraph 2077 to 2080. In performing that, 7 officials or officers vacated their posts close to 6 months, amounting to 21,000 Ghana cedi. In other words, that action cost the state 21,000 Ghana cedi. See, the auditors recommended that the district director of YEA in Tiobodom in the Bunu East region should recover the total amount of 21,000 plus interest at the Bank of Ghana prevailing rate and pay same into the Auditor General's recoveries account at the Bank of Ghana. So what's the status of the recovery? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. We had taken steps to recover the said amount. The full amount. And Honorable Chair, I can assure the committee that if this letter is different, it was because there was a little transition in leadership. And so the new district director was fine. It will be the final request. And if they don't respond, we shall go after them in the coming days. Thank you very much.
Mr. CEO, if you look at paragraph 2078, the table there, apart from Portia Nyako, who was stationed at Tiobodom Health Center, the remaining 6 were working at Beauty Care. Is it a private entity or government?
Thank you very much. They are subsidiaries, private entities that have been awarded a contract of training these persons. And so they are trained by the private entities, but they are validated by our monitoring and evaluation directors. And so all these persons were being trained by the private entity. And they advocated posts. There was a delayance in communicating that to us. And so they were paid. But we've instructed that all those monies be recovered in the coming days. Thank you very much.
So is it the case that they did not inform you when they vacated their post or what? I don't understand. Because if they are validated before, we pay them every month.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. As indicated, this is in relation to our office in Tiobodom. And this audit was done by the district auditors in Tiobodom. So we have not cited this report, and we were not having this information until it was brought to our notice.
The Auditor General always gives a management letter stating all the infractions that they have cited against the agency. So if you come and tell us that you haven't cited this particular one, meaning you did not prepare, all that you're telling us is something that you are just saying on top of your head. But clearly, if you had attached any seriousness to the management letter, you would have found it in there. Auditors, was this in the management letter, please?
Yes, Honorable Chair. So we audited the Tiobodom section of it, and management letter was issued. A copy will be sent to the head office. So I'm sure they should have a copy.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The explanation to this is that there are various districts in the regions are audited. And when they issue the report is issued to the district management. So if, yes, no, it was not in the management letter given to us. The main management letter that we have all the issues in fall under us, then quickly we have to take steps to find out how that issue has been resolved. So the management letter might have been issued to the district without them forwarding it to the head office. Thank you.
So you are saying the district kept it. The district did not do anything about it. And here you are having to answer to it. CEO,
exactly the case, Honorable
do the
Chair.
needful.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, last one.
Okay.
My last one.
Your last.
Mr. CEO and the finance audit. If you look at paragraph 2080, it was made clear that management did not respond to the recommendation given by the auditors. So if, per what you're saying, it looks as if you don't have control over the operations at the district offices. Because you know how important external audit is. For them to have come to Chobodom to perform an audit, giving you the chance to respond, let's say 5 working days, you didn't respond. They issued a management letter. You didn't respond to it. You don't know for what you said. So how are you putting measures in place so that you can have control over all and you won't respond? It cuts across. Everywhere, the management didn't respond. Sometimes they will come and sit there and tell you that, oh, they've done it, they've paid. If I responded, maybe it won't find its way in this report. Look at the printing. This booklet is printed of taxpayers' money. I'm just saying, because of the fact that they don't respond to audits, it's becoming a problem. So maybe, Mr. Chairman, we may have to look at it and put some measures there. Otherwise, every time we come and sit here, they will come and the report will be issued, they will go and pay and just take taxpayers' money to come and sit here and come and tell us that it's paid. So that's my issue.
Just a minute, please. Who is Victor Wanda Kuto?
Honorable Chair, he's the Director, Human Resource.
Now, we were talking about Honorable Felix Owusu-Gyimah. And if you look at the auditor's report, paragraph 2071, Bank of Ghana rate. Now, this Wanda Victor Kuto, Esquire, writes to Mr. Gyimah and tells Mr. Gyimah to pay 15,902. What's the story? Why is he paying 15,000?
Honorable Chair, I am not privy to this letter, and I cannot speak to it.
This is letter from YEA, dated
4th August, no, March, 4th March.
This is 4th March 2025. That was the responses you guys gave us.
Mr. Chair, I'm sure it could be an error because the amount is 37,000.
Come on.
It's an error.
No, Mr. Chair, I'm saying that with the amount in the report is 37,000, but it's not 15,000.
Okay. So the letter. So where is a copy of the letter for the 37,000? Do you have a copy of it? Do you have a copy of that letter?
Honorable Chair, we will provide the House with a copy of the new letter that was written, because whether we like it or not, the full amount must be recovered, and
Yes.
the new letter was written to reflect.
There are
this
two
amount.
issues.
Yes, sir.
One for 15,000 and another one for 37,000.
Rightly so. So, Honorable Chair, the letter for the 37,000 was written. We shall provide a copy of that letter to the House.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Sorry, just a quick one. You will see that in the last infraction, an earned allowance. This was allowed to stay for 6 whole months. So with a new CEO and team in place, I just want to find out from you what internal control measures you are putting in place to ensure the non-recurrence of this kind of infraction. We don't want to have you here next year sitting to answer this kind of questions that are avoidable, actually. Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I inherited assets and liabilities. And governance is that trainings are conducted at the various district and regional levels, because most of our infractions borders down on monitoring and evaluation, because if our monitoring and evaluation system is solid, we won't have to pay all these unearned salaries. What will mean is that if someone vacates post today, we'll be able to detect it, and payment of salaries and allowances with our district directors, so we're able to monitor and validate it. So I can assure the committee that errors of this kind shall not be repeated again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. I just want to draw your attention to the PFM regulation section 96(2). It says that, 1, who does your payroll? Is it the controlling accountant general, or is effected at your end? 96(2) says that a covered entity which is not on the payroll of controlling accountant general shall be guided by the cycle provided under sub-regulation 1. And this is it. I'm just letting you know that before you embark on any payroll, you have to update the personal records of your staff. 2, you need to do a payroll test run, correct the payroll, and then have a final validation before you pay. And then once you get your final payroll, you effect the payment to the employees, to their banks, and not to be given to them in their hands, but to their banks. So that if you say you are setting up systems, this is how you should go about setting up the system. So that come next year, we don't want to have a lot of these infractions on unearned salaries, payroll, whatever. You will have to abide by section 96 of the PFM regulations. If you do that, it will go a long way to take away these infractions that are cited by the Auditor General. And to conclude, I want to find out from your end, what is it that a lot of people are saying they have worked for close to 8 months, they haven't been paid? So that if you are going according to this, we shouldn't have that cry in the system. So once you are here, and you being a public servant and offering public service, I think you owe it a duty to explain to the people of Ghana what is happening and how you are going to address this, if truly that is the case.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Let me first commend you, and thank you very much for your wise counsel. We shall use it in our training exercises, and also draw the attention to the Public Financial Management Act clauses, so we do not repeat such errors again. The issue with the 8 months non-payment has got to do with our beneficiaries. When, like I said, Honorable Chair, when I took over office, we realized that we had inherited assets and liabilities. It was in our interest to streamline the processes at the Youth Employment Agency. And in doing that, or in doing so, we decided to conduct a beneficiary audit to ascertain the number of persons still at work. Usually, when you hear of ghost names, it's not always the case that people put in fraudulent details of persons who were purported to have been at the dates. If you don't audit, you will not be able to ascertain the number of persons actively working, and you will not be able to effect payments. And so I decided, a month ago, we concluded all validations, and then we were able to ascertain the real persons at post, and we started the processes. But, Honorable Chair, as you know, we would always have to receive our influence from controller before we're able to effect payment. So as of this morning, 2 months arrears have been paid, and the beneficiaries have received that already. Anyone who hasn't received was not at the validation point, and we cannot pay someone else who would come back here next year to respond to questions of unearned salaries. And so by next 2 weeks, we shall effect payment for 2 more months again, because we've received some inflows, and then by the end
How
of
many
next
months
month,
do you have in terms of the arrears? How many months?
it depends on the engagement period, because some are engaged for 2 months, some who have their contracts expired, others have their contracts ongoing. We haven't laid anyone off. All those who have running contracts till 2026 have been left in the system. They're Ghanaian people, and they must enjoy the fruit of their labor. And so we have decided that...
2 days ago, Honorable Suhini was here, and what I told him was sometimes it is good to taste power. Your language and everything changes. And I'm glad you have learned quickly that it is not the Chobwe and things, but rather serving your people, I mean, with diligence, with respect and humility. And so I'm glad that quickly you have put on that public service role. And this is what is expected of every Ghanaian who is put into a public service role. And you have mentioned that you are going to take steps to pay them. I pray and hope that it happens, that people who haven't been paid for 6 months, 8 months, 2 months, 3 months, and provided they are on the payroll and they have been validated, please go ahead and do it as soon as possible. But like you said, they are also Ghanaians and they need to enjoy the benefits of their work. So on this note, I think I'd like to thank you for what you have done so far.
Thank you very much.
Chief, just a quick one. With respect to the validation, there are persons under the Zoom Lion program. And for instance, in my constituency, I have a major challenge. Every time I get calls from persons who are involved in your thing. Now, look at the salary that this gentleman is given. He has to travel some 1.5 hours to the validation center. Sometimes it misses the people who come all the way from Koforia to validate them. And for that month, his salary will not be paid because he could not travel. I mean, can't we have a way of doing to the other? Can't we have a system where you can validate?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I'm happy to inform you that these are the new measures we are taking to ensure that our officers, our staff, move closer. In fact, if you compare what they get to the kind of work they do, it's a bit regrettably, unfortunate, but they would have to survive with it. And so this time we've ensured that our district monitoring and evaluation officers move closer to them. So the agencies that manage them know their whereabouts and they know where they are designated. So our staff should go there and validate them instead of waiting on board, and we shall ensure that they are strictly adhered to. Thank you very much.
Well, if you do that, I'm going to give you a crrr for this. Yeah.
Honorable Gape.
Yeah, Chairman, thank you very much. This in the internal audit is not on top of their job. Otherwise, some of the infractions we are having here, we shouldn't have been getting them. Is it the case that the institutions and the agencies are not allowing the...
As far as YA is concerned, the internal auditor is empowered to do his work. And we don't have any issues as far as YA is concerned.
On this note, Honorable CEO, Clerk, please swear in the minister and then the others who came with her.
Another one